Hello my dear student, good morning to you. Last period we discussed terms used in UV spectroscopy. And today we discussing about calculation of lambda max by Woodward-Fisher rule. The scientists Woodward and Fisher studied the influence of structural changes on lambda max value. They give some empirical rules for calculating lambda max value. The calculated and observed values were found to match within plus minus 5 nanometer units. Then before calculating lambda max means maximum wavelength. By Woodward-Fisher rule, we study types of dynes. Then there are three types of dynes. First is the linear. It is also called as the acyclic dyne. Then linear acyclic dyne, for example, structure A. Here di means 2, ENE means double bonds. Therefore, our requirement is only 2 double bonds in conjugations. Then linear and acyclic, you see the structure A. Here there are the 2 double bonds separated by 1 double bond, means they are the conjugated double bonds. And these conjugated double bonds acyclic. Therefore, structure is the example of acyclic dyne. Then you see the structure number B. Here structure number B, this is also example of acyclic dyne. Here A and B are 2 rings, but the 2 double bonds are outside the ring. Therefore, this is also example of linear or acyclic dyne. Then second type of dyne is the semi-cyclic side. Semi-cyclic dyne. I am drawing two structures. Here semi-cyclic dyne. Semi, one double bond present in ring and another double bond is outside the ring. There these two structures similar. Here ring A containing one double bond and another double bond is outside the ring. This another double bond outside the ring but attached to the ring. Therefore, this double bond is also called as a hexacyclic double bond. Here you see two double bonds separated by one single bond, but in these two structures one double bond is in ring A and another double bond is outside the ring. Then third type is the cyclic or annular dyne. Here cyclic and annular dyne again classified into two types. One is the homoannular dyne and another is the heteroannular dyne. Here homoannular dyne, you see the structure number D. Here two double bonds are present in ring A. These two double bonds are separated by one single bond. Therefore, you remember that dynes may be conjugated dyne. Therefore, ring A containing two double bonds and present in one ring A. This is the example of homo means same ring. Therefore, structure number D is the example of homoannular dyne. Then you see the structure number E. Here ring A also contain two double bonds, but here you see the structure, one double bond is outside the ring B. Therefore, this double bond is called as the hexacyclic double bond. Again, these two double bonds are present in same ring A. Therefore, it is also example of homoannular dyne. But out of two double bond, one double bond is attached to the ring B, but outside the ring B. Therefore, this double bond is the hexacyclic double bond. Then you see the structure F. Here this is also example of homoannular dynes. Means two double bonds are present in one ring A. Then you see the structure. Here two double bonds present ring A, but these two double bonds are outside the ring B. Means these two double bonds are attached to the ring B, but outside the ring B. Therefore, this is the two double bonds are hexacyclic to ring B. And here ring A containing two double bonds. Therefore, same ring double bonds are present in same ring, therefore it is called as the homoannular dyne. Homo means same, one ring. One ring मध्ये if ring containing two double bonds in one ring, then it is called as the homoannular dyne. Here structure number G. You see the structure number G. Here this structure number G is also example of homoannular dyne. Means two double bonds are present in ring A. Two double bonds are present in ring E. Here ring B containing a double bond but not hexacyclic, not outside, therefore only this is the example of homoannular dyne. Here structure E containing one double bond hexacyclic to ring B, then structure F containing two double bonds hexacyclic to the ring B, and structure G is not containing hexacyclic double bond. But structure D, structure E, structure F and structure G are the examples of homoannular dyne. And this is a cyclic dyne, means cycle means ring. Then another type of the cyclic dyne is the heteroannular dynes. Hetero means different. Here two double bonds are present in two rings, therefore it is called as the heteroannular dynes. If two double bonds present in one ring, then it is called as homoannular dyne. But if two double bonds are present in two rings, then it is called as the heteroannular dyne. You see the structure H. Here ring A and ring B are the two rings, but this A and B ring containing double bond, A containing one double bond, B containing one double bond, and our requirement is the dyne. Therefore these two double bonds present in two rings, therefore it is called as the heteroannular dyne. Then you see the ring B. Here one double bond is hexacyclic to ring B. Hexo means outside the ring. Therefore one double bond is outside the ring B, therefore it is present of one hexacyclic double bond. Hexo means outside but attached to this ring, therefore it is the example. And these two double bonds are present in two different rings, therefore structure H is the example of heteroannular dyne. Then again I am showing the structure I. Here three rings are present. Then you see there are three double bonds, but our requirement is the only two double bonds are in conjugation. But here three double bonds are present. Therefore ring C containing double bond is the extra double bond in conjugation. You remember that conjugation word. Therefore structure A and B, here two double bonds present in two different rings, therefore it is the example of heteroannular dyne. And ring C containing one double bond, this double bond is the extra double bond in conjugation. I am telling you, extra double bond in conjugation means double bond, single bond, double bond. Therefore these two double bonds present in two different rings. This is the example of heteroannular dyne. But structure I containing one more ring and one more double bond, therefore this ring C containing double bond is the extra double bond in conjugation. Then again I am showing you structure number J. Here if two double bonds present in one ring is called as a homoannular dyne. If two double bonds are present in two different rings, called as the heteroannular dyne. But you show the structure number J. Here these two rings, this ring A containing two double bonds, then it is called as the homodyne. If two double bonds present in one ring, it is called the homodyne or homoannular dyne. Then here structure A containing two double bond and structure ring B containing one double bond. Here structure ring B and ring A containing double bond. Then these two double bonds are present in two different rings. The structure is maybe heteroannular. But in case of homoannular, here ring A containing two double bonds in one ring, therefore this is structure of homoannular. Means homoannular and heteroannular, the structure shows homoannular diene and heteroannular diene. Then in this case we take for calculating lambda max value, that is the homoannular dienes. Means two possible structures are present in one structure, means homodiene and heterodiene. Then lambda, for calculating lambda max value, you take the lambda max value of homoannular diene. Then you see the structure number K. Here two double bonds are present in this structure. Ring A containing one double bond and another double bond is the outside the ring A. Therefore this is the example of again semi-cyclic diene. Semi means half double bond present in ring and another double bond is outside the ring. But you see this structure K, this another double bond is attached to ring A also and ring B. Therefore this double bond is hexacyclic to simultaneous two rings. Then this structure, calculating lambda max value, we take the value of lambda max one double bond simultaneously hexacyclic to two ring is the 10. Here structure number J, one double bond is hexacyclic to ring B, then lambda max value will be 5. If and this double bond is simultaneously hexacyclic to two ring, then for calculating lambda max value we take in this structure 10 nanometer. And if one double bond is hexacyclic to one ring, then lambda max value add 5 nanometer. These are the types of dienes. You remember main requirement is the two double bonds, and these two double bonds in conjugation. Conjugation means two double bonds are separated by one single bond. If these two double bonds are present in one ring, then it is called as the homoannular diene. And if two double bonds are present in two different rings, then it is called as the heteroannular diene. And if one double bond present in one ring and another double bond is present outside the ring, then it is called as the semi-cyclic diene. And if suppose there is no ring, then it is called as the acyclic dienes. And hexacyclic double bond means this double bond, you again see the structure number F. Here ring B containing two double bonds attached to the ring B, but these double bonds are hexacyclic to ring B. Therefore types of dienes is the acyclic diene, semi-cyclic diene, and again cyclic dienes are classified into two types, homoannular and heteroannular diene. These are the types of dienes for calculating lambda max value by Woodward-Fisher's rule. Then you are given any one structure, then you decide that this structure is the homoannular, heteroannular or semi-cyclic diene. Then for calculating lambda max value for any given structure, Woodward-Fisher rule given the some values for calculating the lambda max of any organic compounds. Then these are values: acyclic diene or semi-cyclic diene or heteroannular diene. You take the base value of lambda max is the 214 nanometer. Then second value, heteroannular diene. Here heteroannular diene means two double bonds are present in two different rings. Then you take for calculating lambda max value 214 nanometer. And homoannular diene, homo means two double bonds are present in one ring. Then you calculating lambda max value, you take the value 253 nanometer. Then nature of substituent. Nature of substituent means substituent attached to the conjugated carbon atoms. Here are alkyl including ring residue. Ring residue means part of the ring. Then you add 5 nanometer. Then if this conjugated diene carbon atom containing alkoxy group, then you take the value 6 nanometer. Then if chlorine or Br atom attached to this conjugated carbon atoms, then you take the value 5 nanometer, means these values are adding. Here acyl oxy COR, if COR group is attached to this conjugated carbon atom, then you add 0 nanometer. Then double bond extending conjugation, our requirement diene means 2 double bonds and in conjugation, but one more double bond is present in conjugation, means double bond extending conjugation, conjugation is extended, one double bond is present, then you take the value 30 nanometer. Suppose again two double bonds are present, two double bonds extending conjugation, then you take 60 nanometer, means add 31, only one double bond extending conjugation, you add 30 nanometer. Then one double bond hexocyclic to one ring, then you add 5 nanometer. And if one double bond is hexocyclic to two rings simultaneously, then you add 10 nanometer. Hexocyclic to two rings simultaneously, then this structure hexocyclic to two ring, this structure present in structure number K, and structure number J containing one double bond hexocyclic to one ring, you add 5 nanometer. For calculating this lambda max value, you take this value. I am giving you example next time.